Hi, everyone.
That's funny.
All right, so I should see her before she goes.
Okay, well, please send her my
Oh,
card.
Okay, no food in here. Okay, we're gonna have the food next door, like we have the, then we have the answers, I have it in here. We have the mac and cheese after. Okay, so Marcia, you wanna know where you, let me just get Scott.
Yeah, I asked
Stand
Scott.
there, so.
Scott told me we'll be coming up here, Rabbi.
Perfect. See yourself right there.
Oh, yeah. I don't like this, that you can see it.
Well, you'll be able to see everybody and you'll hear them from the speaker.
Oh, so I can see, that's why I was asking Scott.
See you now.
Okay, so then when I'm talking, that I can see people, then I look here, I guess,
Yep,
whichever
you can
way I
look
want
back
to
and
there,
forth.
back
Yep.
and forth. Okay, or just look straight ahead.
Look down straight ahead if you
Right,
need.
right. Not my forte.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap up this minion business. here.
I didn't want to see
Oh, God, really?
What?
I'm not gonna work that.
You can do it in advance, we have it.
Okay, how are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, last time was at the bagel place.
I know.
Marty, hey. Hey, Marty, we just had to touch your bud, so you let us know when Eliana is available. We'll change which Friday it'll be, so.
There you go.
What was that, Rabbi?
We had to touch your bud, so you let us know when Eliana is available, so we can change which for Friday it is gonna be for the touch your bud, so just let us know which one she's available.
Tonight, it's Ellie was with her mom. So
Yeah,
every other week from next week, she's home.
every other week from next week, okay.
So
Uh,
next week she's home, then 2 weeks after that, she's home, then 2 weeks after that, she's home.
Okay, so which Friday would that be? So next week, which Friday is this? This is, what the date is.
Today is the 24th.
So the last Friday of the month, Marty?
This would be the last
I
one.
don't have a calendar in front of me. I'll have to look. I'll let you know.
Okay, just let us know. Okay, we'll change it.
I can't keep track of everybody's schedules.
Okay, no problem.
When they're with mommy, when they're with daddy, when they're.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
so just let me know which one and then we'll do it.
You live more, was it Four Corners or Gardner Lake or?
No, so we're right, close to both, Forsyth Road, so really around the mountains.
Scott, Marcia wants to know where to stand.
Yeah, I spoke to Scott already.
you go.
So,
Yeah, we're
so you're
good.
gonna be,
Yeah.
yeah, the speakers, Marcia's up
So
here.
this is the standard
So the
one.
speaker is here, so,
Okay.
yeah, I think in front of the speaker would be
Okay.
good. so.
Okay. Okay.
Probably standard. Here, sir. Thank you.
Hey Goldie, how you doing?
We had a test run last week. Really.
Be in front of the speaker. Goldie, how you doing?
Occasional ups and downs.
So Goldie, we had a touch about, we got Elliot's here, Marcia and Carrie, Deanne, Scott, and the three Stevenson kids are here, and Leah and Sarah and family. Okay.
Hello, Leah. Leah. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, they're on, yeah. Tammy, hey, well, Sarah's on. Leah, there's Leah over there. Tammy, how you doing? We're glad we have Tammy for a special service this week, yeah.
Everybody have fun
You
tonight.
had a touch.
Everybody Wayne Chung tonight. Hi, Shabbat Shalom. Oh, that's great.
We'll check out the sound system with the new Zoom, yeah. Hey, the twins, I haven't seen
Hello,
them.
hello, Leah. Leah,
I
hi.
haven't seen the twins. Jen,
Leah, hi.
Hi, Mrs. Liveron.
Okay, good to see you. Sorry I couldn't make it on Wednesday, but my thoughts were with you.
Thank you. We understand. We appreciate it.
Now, this is one of the two, huh?
This is
oh, let me
Ben.
see them. I can see them. I have my sketch in front of the speaker.
Hi, is this Benjamin?
This is Benjamin and
Oh,
this is
okay, that's my favorite name.
Oh,
And this,
How old are the twins?
and that's Everett, is it?
yes.
Why, hi. Hi, boys. I knew your mommy when she was a little girl.
That's true.
Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, the mommy. Yeah, the mommy.
And Sarah, hello to you.
Hey,
I don't
Sarah's
see you,
there.
but I know you're
Hey,
there.
Cindy from New Jersey. Good to see you.
Yes, hello. Good to see you.
Hi, Sarah.
We check out the Zoom with, make sure it's working. Scott, can we just check out the Zoom with Tammy with the guitar? Because now that we have a new system here.
Yeah, so the speaker and microphone is right here. We can always move it if need be. It's wireless. It's
Okay. So they'll let us know if they can hear us.
Yeah, go. Why don't you do a test first? Yeah, sure.
yeah, I see Marty.
Marty's there. Yeah. Marty's there. Yes.
Hi, Scott.
It's okay. There you go. Hey, Marty.
Jen, good to see you, Jen.
Can you hear us okay?
You're fine.
All right, good. Tammy's gonna try out the guitar real quick. If we could just get your feedback on whether it's coming through or not.
Oh, really? We have Is it okay?
Can they hear me?
Yes, it sounded great.
Marty, Marty, it's
Okay.
okay. We good. Thanks to Scott.
Good.
Zoom, so
It's
we
still
can hear
not
the
good.
guitar and the everyone, as long as we're in front of the speaker here, right?
Should we adjust it some way?
It sounds good, just the way it was.
Oh,
Okay.
good, good,
All
good.
right, that's what we want to hear.
I can also,
Thank you, Scott.
so if the camera angle's too restricted, I can open it up a little bit.
Oh, that's awesome. This is like
Yeah, I
suddenly we're
told
the
you, it's a lot
21st
different. Yeah, it's so much
21st
different.
century.
Yeah, really. I was so happy. Thank you, Scott, for
That's
upgrading
very
our Zoom,
nice.
really.
Wow, it's a very huge
So much different than it
upgrade.
was when you were last here.
Oh my goodness, isn't it? It's like. Starting. from
Okay.
this. Oh boy, look at those cuties that love music.
Playing Bim Bum on the guitar. William has a little guitar now,
How fun.
a half-size guitar.
Oh, you do? I can't wait. Oh, I think I saw it at your house.
No, it just came.
Oh, you have a new one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
No, the half-size guitar just came.
Can you play songs on it? Cute. It's called the Taylor. Good dancing.
טוב ומנעים,
שבת אחים יחד,
הנה מה טוב,
ומנעים. שבת אחים יחד,
הנה מה טוב,
הנה מה טוב. יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. יאללה לה 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 לה.
Hey, we have 3 kids here. Scott, how old are your kids?
4, almost 3, and 1.5.
And
Oh my
Mallory, and
goodness.
Mallory, how old are
1.5
you?
already. Hey,
15.
wow.
And Leah, how old are your kids there?
There'll be 2 next month.
2. Okay, so it's similar. Story. And Sarah is Sarah's daughter, Marissa. Yeah.
Marissa's not here, but she'll be 8 next month.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
brought her to her dad's.
Oh, okay. So it'll be 8.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for the new Zoom that we have
Yeah.
with Tammy here
That's
this week, and then Shabbat Across America next week. So we look forward to seeing all our friends from all over Connecticut and New Jersey and New York that are on with us. Hey, Roz is on too. She'll be doing our Shabbat Across America. So thank you in advance, Roz, for coming out next week, next Friday at 6:30. So we have a special service that Tammy and I worked on in remembrance of Karen. We were many times in this chapel because Karen was a gabbai, sat right over here, stood right here with Jimmy for our Shabbat morning services. And we just had a Tat Shabbat in the room where Sarah, Aaron, and Leah taught. And so it was really nice. We had 3 kids there, and we did some Cedra scenes. Remember the Cedra scenes? Did Cedra scenes, we did charades, and we had a whole hootenanny with guitar songs and
Cool.
Baby Beluga and other kiddie songs that we all loved growing
I
up.
love them.
And even we did Wipeout, so.
Oh.
We started with Wipeout. So welcome, everyone. We welcome dear Cantor Tammy, who's going to start us off with I tell you, I think this is my favorite Friday night song of all time.
My
And
special
I asked you to do it special for this Friday night.
It's a Debbie Friedman song, and it's not very well known, but it's one of her most beautiful melodies. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShoret, Malachei Elyon, Mi'alef, Malachei HaMachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Achei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem Shalom, Seichem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Thank you for doing that. I just tear up when I hear it because in all these years when I was in her choir at the conferences for Jewish education, which is, by the way, resuming live this year for the first time in 5 years, she never sang it herself. And it was only Noah Aronson, the year after she died, he did it. And I was like shocked. She never did it live herself ever. So we were at the funeral, we heard this song So I told Tammy to do this. It had a lot of meaning to Karen. And as was mentioned at the funeral, and the family will realize it once we play the song. So what is the name of the song that we're going to do now, Tammy?
It's Joy to the World, but not the Christmas Carol. It's Three Dog Night. It's under rabbinical supervision, so it's
Yes.
okay. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. Never understood a single word he said, but I helped him to drink his wine. Yes, he always had a mighty fine line. Everybody singing joy to the world. Oh, the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. If I were the king of the road, tell you what I'd do. I'd throw away the bars and the cars and the wars and make sweet love to you. Yeah, I'd make sweet love to you. Singing joy to the world. All the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. You know I love the ladies, and I love to have my fun. I'm a high flyer and a rainbow rider, a straight shooting son of a gun. Yeah, a straight shooting son of a gun. Singing joy to the world. All the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Singing joy to the world. Oh, the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Joy to you and me. Joy to you and me.
Why did we do that song? Why did we do that song? Because at the funeral, half you were here, were there, half you were here present, and they said that summed up her life. So glad it's not a Shabbat song. I thought it'd be appropriate for tonight, though, special. Yeah.
Okay, it's
Okay,
special.
we're going to continue with our welcoming of Shabbat in for Shabbat Parsha Truma, and we continue with Tammy. Please join in the singing.
Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom,
Hey.
Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom,
Shabbat Shalom. Hey.
Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Bim, 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 let's sing it.
Bim, 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 bim.
Bim,
Bim, bim, bim, bim, bum.
bim, 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 bim,
We actually warmed up with that earlier. That was one of our opening songs at the
Good
Tot
music.
Shabbat, right, guys? Remember? Okay, we're ready now for Shabbat, and I would like to make a little announcement that we have a special song at the end. We have a nice song to end towards the end, and then we'll ask anyone who would like to remember Karen to say I know Marcia is already prepared to do a little speech. So anyone who would like to talk, you can just let me know at the last minute. About 7:15 or 7:20, we'll give everyone an opportunity. I'd like to say something about Karen at the end of the service. Okay, we're going to begin our service now with, as we normally do, with page number 256. The heavens are rejoicing, the earth is glad, the sea and all it contains roar and praise. A little bit too much roaring going on. We had trees down. I hear some schools were closed today. It wasn't so great last night. So with nature, unfortunately, I didn't see much of it, but thank God we were spared here that we can have a service. I know Jen lost power in her house in Colchester, so I wasn't sure how it was affecting people, but I'm glad you guys are here. And we have a nice warm spot here for everyone to sing together, enjoy it, and remember Karen. Okay, Yismachu, top of 256.
Yismachu Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, Yitzhagel Haaretz. Yismachu Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, Yismachu Hashamayim, Yitzhagel Haaretz.
Hashamayim, Hashamayim,
Hashamayim, Yitzhagel Haaretz. Hashamayim, 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 Yitzhagel Haaretz.
Hi, Trudy, Steve, and Mel. Welcome. We're going to turn now to Or Zarua, page 256. 5 lines from the bottom. The special light is stored for the righteous, joy for the honorable. The righteous are rejoicing God, praising His holy name. Please join me. Or Zarua la tzadik, ul yishrei lev simecha. Or Zarua ul yishrei lev simecha. Simku tzadikim baranai v'hodo lezecher kodsho. I'll tell you, Tammy, I was going to do this with the kids, but I wait to the next touch about Romamu. I'll give them a chance to learn Romamu. So I just love
That's
Romamu.
super.
I love it. I play it every day on the guitar. I really like it, and it's simple, right? The chords.
Yeah, E minor.
Easy, even for William, who's
E
taking
minor.
up guitar this week, right?
Yes.
We'll show him the chords to Romamu.
I could have help.
Okay,
right?
Romamu, page 258. We're bowing towards Jerusalem. The Lord our God is holy.
Romelu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtatavu l'char kadsho. Romelu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtatavu l'char kadsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romelu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romelu.
Romelu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtatavu l'char kadsho. Romelu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtatavu l'char kadsho. Ki kadosh Adonai
Eloheinu Romelu.
Ki
kadosh Adonai
Romelu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtatavu l'char kadsho. Romelu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtatavu l'char kadsho. I think they like it.
Great
Next
dancing and
Shabbat in
singing
March.
along.
Yeah, you guys know it now. Okay, Mizmor David, we rise the majestic Psalm 29 of King David. Please join me. Mizmor David, Habu Adonai b'nei Elim, Habu Adonai kavod ba'oz, Habu Adonai kivod shemo, Yishtachavu Adonai behadrat kodesh. Kol Adonai Elamayim, Ela Kavod Hirim, Adonai Elamayim Rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shaber arazim, Vayshaber Adonai et arzei havanon, Vayarkidem k'mo egel, Lebanon v'Sirion k'mo ben reimim, Kol Adonai chotzev labodesh, Yachil midbar, Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yechol elayalot, Yachsof yarot uvehechalo kolomer kavod, Adonai lamabul yasha vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai oz li'amo yitain, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Maybe seated. L'chadodi, the first two and the last two verses. You guys know the tune. I think I've been doing it for 29 years. Please join Cantor 10.
L'chadodi l'chadala, Shabbat Across L'chadodi l'chadala, Shabbat Across L'chadodi l'chadodi l'chadala, Shabbat Across L'chadodi l'chadala, Shabbat Shalom is a Lord, and Korechad, Ishmian, Eltonichad, Adonai Adar, Shukorechad, L'Shemot V'Feirat V'Litila, L'Chadodi, L'Chadodi L'Chadala, Shabbat
L'chadodi l'chadala,
Shabbat Shabbat V'Nelecha, Kinekor Haverocha, V'Rosh Kerem L'Yeshucha, Sochach V'Machta Shabbat V'Nila, L'chadodi, L'chadodi L'chadala, V'nei Shabbat L'chadala, L'chadodi L'chadala, Shabbat Kavela, Yamirus Lo, Tibrati, Et Adonai, Tariti, Aliyarish, Ben Parsi, Vanis Mechavidahila, Lechadodi, Lechadodi Librakala, Shabbat Kavela, Lechadodi Librakala, Shabbat Kavela, Boki B'Shalom Ateret Ba'ala, Gam B'Simcha U'B'Tzohala, Toch Emunei Am Segolo, Boi Chala, Boi Chala. Shabbat Kavela, L'chadodi l'chadala, Shabbat Kavela, L'chadodi l'chadala, Shabbat Kavela.
May be seated. Arlene's not here tonight. She's running the Hebron Zoom service. And we have an opening for Psalm 93 responsively on page 269. Would anyone like to lead us responsively on page 269? Scott?
Thank you, Rabbi. The Lord is king, crowned with splendor. The Lord reigns, robed in strength.
Sit.
His kingdom stands from earliest time. He is eternal.
The rivers may rise and rage.
Above the crash and the sea and its breakers, awesome is the Lord our God.
Your decrees, O Lord, never fail. Mikolot Mayim Rabim, Adirim Mishpereyam, Adir Bamaram Adonai, Eido Techa Demolevecha Nava Kodesh, Adonai Liorech Yamin. We as a community and a congregation mourn the loss of Karen Gambolati, Netanya Bat Moshe, and we're glad her family is here to say Kaddish with us in the chapel that she loved for so many years. We also have this coming Shabbat, we have the yahrzeit for Arlene of her father. We have Adolf Snyder and Jacqueline Claire Zandon. We have Karen Abrams, Abraham Alpert, Julius Balabam, Henry Berman, Katie Berman, Anna Connor, William Feldman, Aaron Fellner, Rochelle Finkelstein, remembered by the Finkelstein family, Rose Goldberg, Max Greenberg, Louis Himmelstein, and Rachel Himmelstein, remembered by the Himmelsteins, Sooty Hurwitz, remembered by the Teitelbaum and the Hurwitz families, the family of Leah Stravinsky, David Levine, Irving Levine, Isidore Levine, Hannah Levita, Ben Liebman, Philip Liveron, remembered by Goldie Liveron, and Arthur and Judy Liveron, the entire Liveron family, Lena London, Robert Marcus, Jerry Minch, Mary Nidell, Sadie Rutchick, Benny Schuster, remembered by Marty Schuster and the Schuster family, Sidney Seavey, remembered by Selma Nurenstein, Israel Stavitsky, Lou Steckler, family of Wolf Stravinsky, Harold Waltag, who we know so well here, remembered by his wife Faye Waltag and the entire Waltag family in Massachusetts, and Murray Zucker. Are there any other yahrzeits for this week that we haven't mentioned, or any other losses?
Sue, are you on?
And we are going to rise now and recite the Mourner's Kaddish on page 268. Yit gadol v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divra hirutei mi'amlich malchutei, v'chayeichon v'yomeichon v'chayei b'chol Beit Yisrael, v'galah u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'tromam v'yaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei b'kusha, Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, miran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'ramav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Remain standing for the call to worship. For thousands of years, this has called us together as a people with the Baruch Hu, page 279. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. May be seated on page 284. Dini's in the house. Dini, we're always happy to hear you recite the Shema so beautifully in front of all the friends of the family and the community that are here today. So you honor us in reciting the Shema and the V'ahavta with the Torah truck, the notes from the Torah, 284.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levacha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'odecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinatam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'beitecha, uvlektecha v'derek, Uksharpecha uvkumecha, ukshartam liot al yadecha, v'hayu lo totafot beinenecha, uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha.
Thank you. We continue silently to the end of 286. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I, the Lord, am your God. Adonai Elohechem Emes. We're going to turn now in our prayer, book 292, the words of Hashkivenu, please lay us down in peace and awaken us to life again with the mashup that we love with One Day by the wonderful singer, the Jewish singer, Matisyahu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'chamidenu Malkeinu leChaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'chamidenu Malkeinu leChaim. Ushma Tzeitzenu U'moeinu V'chaim u'shalom V'tavei Adonai. Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more, and there'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'chamidenu Malkeinu leChaim. One day, one day, one day.
Lori's on. Welcome, Trudy and Jimmy and Mel and Jay. If you want to see it live, come May 6th. You want to see Tammy and I play that together at Lori's Fire Pit, right? May 6th, coming soon.
Live at the fire pit.
Live at the Fire Pit with other
With
great songs
s'mores,
too.
too.
Yeah. So
With s'mores.
put it on your calendar, May 6th, and in memory of Lori's parents, we're doing this.
Oh,
Passed away.
nice.
So we're doing that in memory. Okay, we're turning out to Vishamru 294.
Rothberg.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, לעשות את השבת בטוב ובטוב. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בטוב ובטוב. ונלבין בני ישראל אותי לאותם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בטוב ובטוב. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בטוב ובטוב. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בטוב ובטוב. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בטוב
Amida for Shabbat evening, silent devotion, page 296 to 302. You may be seated when you conclude your private devotion. It was pointed out at the funeral that Karen's favorite song was Oseh Shalom, which we're going to do together as one congregation. We'll start out with the Kaddish Shalom with Yirkadal, and then we'll join in together with the last two lines, the only two lines that are in Hebrew. It's written in, we were in exile, so it's in Aramaic. The last two lines, someone, everything, the God who brings peace in the universe, bring peace to earth. Yitkral v'kara shemerava, v'yalma divra chirutei v'mlich malchutei, chayechonu v'yumechon v'chereko beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amei, yehi shmei rav ha'mevora, v'yolam Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudusha, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata Tamiram b'yama v'imru, titkabel tziloton uvoton d'chol Yisrael, kadam avohon divi shmaya v'imru, yehi shlama rava min shemaya, v'chaim elena v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Everyone, Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. We rise for Aleinu, page 320. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol lakte gdulat noser breshit. Shelo asanu kirye haratzon, ela salanu mishpachah ha'adama. Shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'kahor aleinu. Hamonam v'anachnu korim, mishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, malachei hamelachim, hakadosh. Shehu noten shamayim v'yosei haaretz, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אינו פפפה אמת מלכנו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום, והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני בשמיים, ועל הארץ, Okay. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ונאמר.
ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Maybe. I also like to acknowledge this week away in the Syria and Turkey earthquake, but the leader of the community in Turkey passed away with his wife, so we're acknowledging the loss also from Turkey, as well as all those who we use the last morning's Kaddish, for those who aren't used to coming here, to say Kaddish for all those who can't say Kaddish that passed away in the past week. So we can invite the whole congregation as we mourn Karen together here. Hi, Jason and Ashley, welcome to the Kaddish on page 324. Yid Kadal, Yid Kadash, Meraba, Bialma, Divrach, Yerutei, Biamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chaye, Dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, V'izman Kariv, V'imru Amei, Yehei Shmei Rabba, M'vorach, V'olam, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitba'ar, V'yitshomam, V'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, Leila min kol brichata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, v'yalma v'imrohme, yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yalkol. Shalom Amen. Maybe seated. We'll follow the order of the service. Yigdal 326 to be followed by we're going to do a Misha Berach. We have a lot of people on the list this week, as well as the Traveler's Prayer, which Karen loved to do, and Goldie has taken that over, doing the Traveler's Prayer. Yigdal 326. Yigdal Elohim Chaim v'yishtabach Nimsa v'yehinei tel metziuto Echad v'yin yachid k'yichudo Elam b'gam ein sof li'achduto Ein lo demotagos v'eino gof No na'aroch elav kedushato Kadmon l'chol davar asher nivera Rishon v'yin reshit Hino Adon Olam v'chol notza yoreg gedulato Shefan nevuato nitano el anashei segulato v'tim b'Yisrael k'mo she'od naviu mahabir et temunato Torah temet natan li'amoel ayad nevio neman Vayachal Yifa'el v'lo yamir dato li'ohu lahamim le'tzulato Tofeh v'yodea setareinu mabit l'sof davar b'kadmato Gomel ish chesed k'mifalov Notein l'rasha ra k'rishato Yishlach k'ketz yamin mishichenu Liftoch machakei kes yeshuato Meitim yichayel berov echasto Baruch Adayat Shem Tehilato Meitim Yechael Berov Chasto Baruch Adayat Shem Tehilato. Blessings. We have children in house and on Zoom. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and on Zoom we have at least 4. Okay, at least 5. Okay. For sons first. Yisimcha Elohim Ke'Ephraim v'Chiv Nasheh. May God give you the blessings of Ephraim and Menashe. Daughters, Marion's here, Mallory's here, 2 M's, M and M. Yisimech Elohim Kisara Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May God give you the blessings of Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and guard you. May God show you favor and be gracious to you. May God show you kindness and grant you peace. And let us say,
Amen.
Shalom Aleichem. Please join us 7:22.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharim, Malachei Elyon, Yimele, Malachei Hamahim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Balechem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamahim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamahim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Seichem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamahim.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Goldie, would you like to lead us on 7:13? Welcome, Goldie, to our service 7:13 for the Traveler's Prayer in English.
May it be your will, Lord our God and God of our ancestors, to guide us in peace, to sustain us in peace, to lead us to our desired destination in health and joy and peace, and to bring us home in peace. Save us from every enemy and disaster on the way, and from all calamities that threaten the world. Bless the work of our hands. May we find grace, love, and compassion in your sight and in the sight of all who see us. Hear our supplication, for you listen to prayer and supplication. Praised are you, Lord, who hears prayer. Amen.
The Misha Barracks, we have Maxine, Elizabeth, Marianne, Linda, Stratton, Joy, Zoe, Claire. Any other names for in-house that we'd like? Crosby, 1-year-old Crosby, right? Any other names for the list tonight? Everyone online? Roz, Joel, extra, of course.
Kathy Russi
And Kathy Russell.
and Pam Magliano.
Ed Magliano. Okay.
Juliana Kay and Lisa Mishowitz.
Okay, and we got Zev Septimus too, that I grew up with, my cousin Johnny's request. Any other names for today? Okay, Tammy will now lead us in the Mishabera prayer.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mekor habracha le'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shleila, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Beautiful. So following the service tonight, everyone is invited for dinner and the social. Thank you, Jen. I see you have bagels and cream cheese that are gluten-free for me and dairy-free. So everyone has something over there. Thank you, Dana, for making to the touch about the mac and cheese and the homemade challah. So we'll go there from now on. Kiddush Hamotzi will always be in the social, not in the chapel. I wanted to just talk a little bit about the Torah portion in relation to Karen. Because when someone passes away, there's only 3 things we can do. You can't take things with you, but we can pray on her behalf, which we did with the Kaddish, as everyone recited it for her. And also we studied her name, which we're about to do, and we give charity in her name, in the Tanya Bat Moshe's name. You know, I always think of Karen here because she was always by my side over here for many years. While we read the Torah every Shabbat morning and holidays mornings too. So I think her spirit will always be in this chapel. I think most people would agree with that. And when we were upstairs, she followed upstairs. But in this week's Torah portion, which is Truma, about donations, Karen gave so much, donated so much of her time to this synagogue, so much of her spirit to making Avat Achim what it is now, and being the chair of our Hebrew school for so many years, and carrying that big binder of hers around with her to board meetings as well, to make sure we did everything professionally, and she didn't forget anything at the meetings for the Hebrew school. And it was so wonderful to have her children that are online here tonight to be teaching in the Hebrew school in the K through 2, where we had to touch about. We haven't had one in a while, in that wonderful room that we started out with Mrs. Himmelstein years ago. So when the Torah says one of the main materials that the Israelites contributed was cedar wood, Rashi says, so the question is, where do you find wood in the desert? So one rabbi says that the forefather Jacob, he saw through divine inspiration that the descendants would one day construct the tabernacle. One day in the future. So what did he do? He brought cedar trees to Egypt from the land of Canaan and planted them. So what kind of question is this? Wood is, we know, right? I have someone here that wants to be a carpenter, right? Wood is a widely available commodity. Even in the wilderness, trees grow. Beyond the wilderness, there would be traders or other suppliers that can easily provide construction for a fee. Indeed, many of the sages assume that's what happened. But the Israelites bought the wood or obtained it locally. So what problem then is the great commentator Rashi trying to solve by citing this midrash, this teaching? Why would Rashi need to resort to a far-fetched tradition to explain something easily? Clearly something is amiss. Rabbis make a simple point to which the entire matter falls into place. They said, check the wording of the verses about donation, says the Rebbe, something will appear to you. In each and every case, the Torah is talking about taking a donation. We never seem to read about giving a donation. So how unusual is that? It says taking a donation. If we're talking about donations, shouldn't we be focusing, as we always do, on the act of giving? We read that the people were told to set aside a donation. Then someone was instructed to go take it, not that the person was to give it. So how can this be? So the twist is, the assumption is that whenever something was donated, it was always available. So that all that was required was to have it collected or taken. If you ask me, say, for example, for $10, and I have it in my pocket, you can have it then and there. But if you ask me for an amount, say $10,000, I don't know, Dini doesn't allow me to carry that much money on me in the show. I wouldn't have $10,000. I don't even know if I have that. But if you ask me that for an amount I don't have on the spot, I will have to go and try to get it for you if you really needed it. If the Torah were used the word give, this would imply that people had to obtain the material rather than just hand it over. So now we might be able to understand the question. If all these items were supposed to be readily available for immediate collection, how could they have massive logs of cedar wood? Of course, there was easy ways to obtain wood, but that would take time. To solve the issue, Rashi says that whoever tells us why the wood was available, it was all planned in advance. Like many things in life, it was planned in advance by God. So this clears up the question of Rashi. And Techelet, says Rashi, there's another thing in this week's portion. Scott has it on his talit, right? Show people that's wood. That's wool that has blue in it. It's a wool dye with the blood of a chila zone fish, which we don't know. And regarding Argaman, that in the Torah about the construction of the sanctuary, Rashi says that it's a dyed wool in a color that's not known to us. So explanations seem to us not to really be readily understood because of Hebrew. We don't understand what it means. True, we know that what Scott is wearing is blue, greenish dye, and that Argamon could be purple, explains the rabbis. But what Rashi is explaining is why the Israelites, why would they carry, like Scott's wearing, exotic dyes while traveling in the desert? And by the same token, why would they transport large quantities of flax, which to spin and weave linen? They didn't know there was going to be a tabernacle, yet they are led to believe that these materials were really at hand. How so? So to conclude, Rashi explains that indeed they were not carrying around those exotic dyes, rather they were carrying the wool already dyed in those colors, which was a very useful supply. Similarly, they were not carrying pishtan, which is flax, but ready-made linen, which people would use on a daily basis. With this awareness of why we must say that only ready-to-use material were at hand, Rashi's concern and solutions fall into the right place. In life, sometimes we believe, as some people do, that things are predestined, that things will appear to us. Many times that doesn't be the case. Many times we have to learn from this Torah portion that we have to construct the temple within not only ourselves, but we have an obligation to construct this tabernacle as a community, which we're here tonight. We have many people on Zoom, and we have many people here today. Many people weren't expecting this to happen, I'm sure, to Karen, but we're all here to remember her, and we are prepared to do it, though at the funeral, it could have been that we weren't prepared because it happened so soon, but now hopefully it took some time to digest so we can have people speak about her life, not only me, but we have other people that can remember her dear life. And I got to tell you, for all the years that I'm here, being on the board of directors is not an easy job. I know I was on the board of some places when I was in Fairfield County, and it's not an easy job. For Karen to spend so many years on the board of directors really shows commitment to the synagogue. As Dina can tell you, and some of the board members here, Carrie, Elliott, Dina, that it could be a thankless job. And you know what? No one gets paid for it, but someone's got to do it. Someone's got to be there to make decisions that affect the future of the synagogue. And Karen guided us for so many years in the right direction that we are where we are now because of Karen. So I'd like to invite now anyone who would like to speak. I'm going to begin with her dear friend. Every time I walked around near where Karen taught, I used to look up and see Marcia and Karen walking. Marcia was such a great sight to get out in the Colchester air and to be able to talk with your dear friend. So Marcia will be our first speaker.
It's with a heavy heart I stand here today to talk about my best friend, Karen. Karen lit up a room with her smile, her warmth, and her beautiful nails. She was a loving daughter, mother, sister, aunt, and friend. Our lives have been intertwined for over 30 years. My son Jason was going to nursery school at Beth Jacob Synagogue in Norwich. Karen had ordered challah for a fundraiser at Beth Jacob, and since I was from Colchester, they asked me to deliver the bread to Karen. When I arrived at Karen's house, not only was I greeted by Karen, but also 3 small, beautiful girls with big brown eyes. Who knew at that time our first introduction would lead to a long-lasting, dear friendship? As young mothers in a small town, our lives became very connected through sports and wanting a Jewish education for our children. Karen single-handedly restarted the Hebrew school program at Avach Achim. Under her leadership, we cleaned classrooms, hired teachers, and set up a Hebrew school board, which she was president. Karen took an active leadership role at the synagogue, being on the board of directors and attending every Saturday morning service. She was very proud of her Jewish heritage and loved her synagogue family. We started to walk on weekends And eventually, when Karen retired, we walked every day. As we walked, we talked about the town, the synagogue, politics, our families, our hopes and dreams, but mostly about our children. We laughed together, we cried together with the ups and downs of life. Everything Karen did was with 100% commitment. She was reliable, strong, hardworking, and loyal. She was proud of her country, being Jewish, and above all, her family. Her biggest love was being a mother to Leah, Sarah, and Aaron, and a grandmother to Marissa, Everett, and Benjamin. Friendship is one of life's greatest treasures. I lost a friend who is more like a sister to me. I will always cherish my friendship with Karen, and I'll miss her dearly.
Thank you, Marcia. I'm going to give people an opportunity to think about if they'd like to speak. Marcia was the only scheduled one, so Tammy is going to play one of my favorite songs. When I was in a Cage conference, my first one 30 years ago, I heard this song by Jeff Klepper and Danny Friedlander, and I just melted. The words are by Chana Senesh. It's called Yesh Kochavim.
It's a Jeff Klepper and Dan Friedlander song. There are stars up above, so far away, we only see their lights long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we love. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest nights, these are the lights that guide us. Heim, heim, shemorim la'adam, et haderech, as we live our days, these are the ways we remember, we remember. Yesh kochavim she'oram magia arza, rak asher hem atzmam avdu veinam. Yesh anashim she'tziv zichroneim, kasher hem atzmam einam od bitochenu. Orot elecham avikim, b'cheshchat halayim. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember, we remember. Heim, heim, shemarim la'adam, et hadarach, we remember, et hadarach, we remember.
One thing I remember about Karen is every board meeting I used to say at the end of my report, any witticism or criticisms that Karen taught me to say. So we'll continue to say that in her memory after every board meeting that we continue to have at the synagogue. Would anyone else like to say a word about Karen? Roz, you have your hand up? Okay.
Hi
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I got our internet went off for a little bit, so okay. Hello? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Karen was just this amazing, compassionate educator, and most important was a loving mom and grandma. So, you know, Sarah, Aaron, Leah, I was your teacher. Your mom was always there. And your mom and I, we went back a long time ago because I grew up on the farm in Lebanon and she grew up on a farm in Hampton. And there were times when we were in elementary school or in junior high, we actually got together at some events in Willimantic. So we went a long way. One of the, her passion at Colchester Elementary School, Jack Elementary School, is when we had our Veterans Day celebrations. She was always the greeter. And with that smile, she made sure that everyone was registered so we could all honor them properly. And I could go on with the many other things that the caring and how she touched the lives of the teachers and the students, but my thoughts are with you. So thank you.
I can't imagine, but. Oh, Arlene, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so, and I'm not used to my phone. I hope you can't hear behind me. I'm hosting another service at another synagogue, and that's why I can't be with you tonight. I just wanted to offer my condolences to the family and to say I didn't know Karen really well, but I know whenever there were events at the synagogue, how hard she worked and how much she helped me in the events that I did. So I'm just saddened by her loss. And again, my condolences to her family.
Thank you, Arlene. I know that every chicken barbecue that we have going forward, I'll always think of Karen in that chicken outfit. I can't miss his chicken barbecue. It's tough to do that, but she had such a wonderful spirit of helping out the synagogue at the barbecue. So that's one image that anyone who knew her will not forget. I'd like to call upon Deanie Weiser, our president.
So I too first met Karen at the chicken barbecue, and together we rolled potatoes in foil, and I had to have a certain amount on each one, and she would do the washing and I would do the surgery on the potatoes, and but she always made it a really fun time. So we were all in the kitchen together, and it was always a good time, and she was always laughing and having a great time. Also, after that, she was the gabbai for my son's bar mitzvahs, so it was so special to have her standing up here with them. And I used to come for Saturday services for the bar mitzvahs, and we sat, next to each other every Saturday morning. And she helped me keep Jimmy in line. I don't know what's going to happen now.
Hey, Jimmy's up.
So I love you, Karen. You were a mentor. You were a friend. You were an amazing woman. And I will never, ever, ever forget you.
Hi, Rabbi. It's Lori.
Yeah, Lori Robinson would like to say something.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Lori.
I just want to tell you how much your mother meant to us. Your mother mentored us through 3 kids and bar mitzvahs and helped us navigate finding a way to have interfaith family and celebrate our children's bar mitzvahs and children. And Karen encouraged us to do our own thing and still honor tradition. She was just such a great advocate for helping find a way when you're new at something. And other people I have said what a great friend she was. It didn't matter if I didn't talk to Karen for 2 months and I ran into her. It was like we hadn't seen each other for 10 minutes. I want to say too, And this isn't a note to Leah, Sarah, and Aaron. Your mom was a fearless advocate for doing and saying the right thing and stating when something wasn't right. That is a very rare thing in the world today. And when you asked for your mom's opinion about something, you got it. Whether you wanted to hear it or not, you always got the truth. And that is something that our entire family has valued, and we will carry our love for her and all of her support to all of us forever.
I know when the girls taught in the Hebrew school, we had a lot of students over time here, many of them became teachers. And I think a lot of them became teachers because of the Gambolati girls and because of Karen and showing everyone that there was a love of education. And, you know, I'm a teacher because I was motivated by my own teacher in school. And Karen will never know how many people she influenced. And also for the girls, how many people became teachers and other wonderful professions and great human beings because of Karen. Does anyone else want to say anything? Marcia Krantz. Oh, she's going to help out with the food. Anyone else want to say anything before we conclude our service? Well, remember again, tomorrow at our service at 10 a.m. And we're excited that the men's club, we have just got over 10 people coming on the Fornarellis. Like some of you guys are here already, 4 or 5 of us at 7:15 p.m. And then we have Shabbat Across America with Roz Etra. Roz is right on there. We welcome her 6:30 with a potluck meal. So please come and join us for Shabbat Across America. Okay. We're going to close. I saw Neshama Carlebach last week in concert, and this one was the first song I ever heard from her father. It's called Esainai. I lift up to my eyes to the mountains. Where will my source come from? In a time like this, our sources always come from heaven, from God.
Esainai el Harim, me'ayim Yavo Ezri. Esainai el Harim, me'ayim Yavo Ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai. Oh, say Shemayim va'aretz, Ezri me'im Adonai. Oh, say Shemayim va'aretz.
Thank you, Cantor Tammy, for being with us. We also have a lot going on in the synagogue. Besides the Shabbat Across America, we have our Model Saver, March 31st at 6 o'clock with the service, followed by the Model Seder. And we have in Lori's backyard, Lori's on, Tammy and I and whoever else, we have other musicians coming to be singing some of the songs we did tonight and other songs to honor Lori's wonderful parents' memory. So Shabbat Shalom, please join us in the those who are here for Kiddush Hamotzi and the meal that we have in the social few. So thank you all for coming, really appreciate it. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to the Gambolati families that are joining us from all over the country. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Remember your mother.
Yes, Rabbi, I just want to say thank you everyone for speaking so kindly about my mother. She really did care about the synagogue, and going every weekend was a big deal to her and raising us the way that she did. And she loved also seeing all of the bar and bat mitzvah students make it to their big special days. And she would give us updates all the time. So it was like we were still there and we were still part of it. And I just know that you all meant a lot to her. So thank you for sharing your stories and your kind words with us.
Thank you, Sarah. But I got to tell you, seeing Marissa, I saw a lot of Karen when I saw Marissa on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
She also
Shabbat
speaks her
Shalom.
mind.
Please join us for a wonderful meal.
Rabbi, can we leave this running and bring it over into the hall or no?
Good night, Goldie.
Music they'd have, so when we do bonfire, so.
Good Shabbos, everybody.
Good Shabbos.
Mo, good to see you, Mo, Jay, good to see you guys, Goldie, good to see you, great as usual.